You have to get to a point that you have a set of principles that guide you, that you don't guide, that you don't get to switch up when you want to. And you wonder why you're not successful, because you don't have an anchor. You want to go out there in that water, that deep water, I don't care what kind of ship you got. If you ain't got an anchor, you through. You want all that success without an anchor? You want to be in the deep? You want a phenomenal life with no anchor? You can't survive without an anchor. I got an anchor. Young dudes be like, yo, E, I want to be like you. E, I said, bro, you don't want this life. You don't want these responsibilities, bro. It's a lot of responsibilities, bro. Like, I'm a leader, bro. It's a lot of responsibility. There are people who are in a position of hurt, whatever, that can be manipulated. Like, bro, you don't want these responsibilities, bro. Like, one day, I'm going to have to stand before my creator and give an account of how I made every move I made. You don't want this life, bro. You don't want to be the leader. Go ahead and be the armor bearer. No, I promise you. Armor bearer, you in the same arena that I'm in without the responsibilities that I have. You don't want this life. But if you do want this life, if you do want a phenomenal life, you must have an anchor. One of my anchors is the Sabbath. Like, I don't get to make stuff up. It's like, yo, this is my anchor, and I'm sticking with it. Right, wrong, or indifferent. Malcolm stuck with it. Malcolm didn't leave until it was like, yo, you out. He was there. He stayed, regardless. So one of the things I want you to identify for me while you're here, especially if you're with somebody, what's your anchor? What are your non-negotiables? What are those things that you know? Look, I see dudes, and again, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, fellas, but I see dudes who were like, at best, you were average at high school. You were not the most likely to succeed. You weren't necessarily the most likely to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do they call my man? What is it called? The king and queen of the school, what do they call that? Prom king, prom queen. You wasn't on that trajectory. You wasn't on that journey, my bro. You understand what I'm saying? But you end up getting the business, you end up making money, you end up getting a car, you end up getting a crib, and you had some young lady who helped you get there, and then when you blow up, you are now entertaining women that never entertained. You know you wasn't sweet like that, but now you got money, you riding a nice car, you got a nice house, they know you doing your thing, and so now you looking at them, they looking at you, and you entertaining them. You never could have got that before, but now you big time, and now your ship about to sink because you ain't got an anchor. If you had an anchor, you'd go and look at yourself in the mirror and be like, this feel real good, but I know I ain't. I know I wasn't on this trajectory. Like, no, you got an anchor. You can look in the mirror with your anchor, and you can read your anchor and go, it really feels good that this person that I'm attracted to is attracted to me. But at the end of the day, I know it's not deeply rooted. I know it's surface. I know it's eros. I know it's eros. I know it's something about what I'm doing or what I got or something I have that's the reason why she's attracted to me. It's not like if I get sick, she's still gonna be here. It's not like she like me like if something happened to me and I get paralyzed or something, she don't like me where she gonna be wiping she don't like me like that. But the person that I'm with, they like me like that. The person I'm with is agape. I got here because they was ride or die. But you all the way out in the deep of success with no anchor. You about to drown. Because now she looking at you when you looking at yourself like, I do got it going on. No, you don't. Not like that, you don't. Not like that. And again, there's nothing wrong with the fact that you don't got it going on like that. That's a lot of responsibility. I feel sorry for the bros that got that look, that also got 5-6 kids with 5-6 different women. I feel sorry for my man because he is that smooth and he keep getting that kind of attention, but he don't got the kind of discipline to be with one person. So now he's screwing up a whole bunch of people's lives. That's a lot of responsibility. I don't want it. My man, tall, dark, bro, have it. Praise God. You walk out the female, you got it going on everywhere you go. People dropping what a responsibility. Praise God, you can have it. But everywhere you go, you so beautiful that people are drawn to you because of and you gotta be like a swat. You got flies everywhere you go. You got, what a life. Praise God, he gave it to you, but everybody, I don't want it. What's your anchor? When I look at Malcolm had an anchor. There were certain things Malcolm went through, certain gigs I just don't take. There are certain people I will not associate with. They call me all the time, hey, E, and then they give me the names of the people who are there. Like that means something to me. You just got somebody that ain't got an anchor and you calling me. I know he ain't got no, his anchor is money. That's not my anchor. That's your anchor. I ain't about money. God gonna bless me. I don't gotta. Can I be real? I looked at something on my, like, there's some money that was taken from my bank account. And I was just like, man, we still, literally, it's a company that I don't want to be with no more, but we signed a contract. We can't get out until the beginning of the next year. And I was looking at but I was like, man, they took how much money out and we can't. And I just talked to God. I was like, God, I ain't trying to be funny, but man, they taking this much money out. We signed a contract. I ain't know we was gonna blow up. I ain't know we was gonna have our own tool. Like, I ain't really know. But God, it's a lot of money for them to be. Well, I get a check 2 days later that was double the amount of that check. And it wasn't even the money. It wasn't like I was about to go broke, but God was like, no. Will your anchor home in the storms of life? Will you, write that down, will your anchor hold? The stuff that's your anchor, will it hold? Is it, can you go out in the deep? Listen to me very closely. If you ain't got no anchor, it's okay. Just don't go out in the deep. Stay your butt right on the sand and let your toes get wet. Don't get in that vessel and go all the way out. Are you hearing me? Don't go all the way out there if you ain't got no anchor. Because if you ain't got no anchor, success will sweep you away in a way poverty never had. You think poverty bad. Poverty ain't bad. Poverty, you ain't got a lot of choices. You limited on what you can do when you're in poverty. You limited to your troubles. You know what I'm saying? You can only get in so much trouble at a certain kind of trouble. You start making 6, 7 figures, there's a lot of different kind of trouble you can get yourself into. Amen. You way past, people be like, why they do that? Why they get strung out on that? Because they passed the dime bag. It's a dime bag for a reason, because you ain't got, it's a nickel bag for a reason. Like, you feel me? Like, based on your community, the sin is based on your community. So based on your community, we're going to create the dime bag sin, because that's all y'all got. Over here, we dealing with some real, this stuff costs thousands of dollars. And they give you a different high than the nickel bag. Come on, are you hearing me? So do me a favor, before we leave, I need you to know what your anchor is. Because you're watching CJ and I on the outside, you're not watching. Let me tell y'all something. You are connecting with people because of money. That relationship is doomed from the start. It's a disaster. You done went in on some business stuff. Y'all done went in on some money. It's bound to disrupt. It's bound. But if you get with good people who have good intentions, who have a good heart, it's bound to blow up. What's your anchor? I had to get an anchor because I ain't had one. Well, I did have an anchor. My emotions made me make certain decisions and do things that wasn't even healthy for me. I was literally so stupid that I was living in abandoned buildings at 16 because I was so emotional. Does that make sense? I just want to make sure y'all caught what I said. I was so emotional, so pissed, so want to do what I want to do, what I wanted to do, that I would prefer to be in a house that didn't have no water. I prefer not to eat on a regular basis. I prefer not to take a shower, to be in my emotions than be rational. You're a creator whether you want to be one or not. When he made animals, he spoke it into existence. When he made man, he got down and shaped them and formed them in his image, and then he breathed his breath into their nostrils. You are a creator whether you want to be one or not. And when you open up your mouth and you say that dumb stuff, you are creating that dumb stuff. You can't be mad at nobody because it's coming out your mouth and you the one making it happen. And the reason why I know, because the stuff you said to you didn't affect me, and the stuff you said about me didn't affect me. You creating your own. You are your own creator. There are people who said I wouldn't amount to this, wouldn't amount to that, whatever they said, it didn't have no impact on me. I had teachers that said you don't write well enough to get a dissertation. I got one, and it's in the Library of Congress. It doesn't matter what they said about me, but it matters what I said about me. It doesn't matter what they say about you. It only matters what you say about you. So when you walk around here talking about you want to make $100,000 and then you make it, then you mad because somebody made $1 million, that's your fault. You should have said $1 million. Why you open up your mouth and say 100,000? You be mad at yourself. Go cuss yourself out in the mirror. You cussing everybody else out. You better go in the mirror and cuss yourself out. You did the 100,000. You did exactly what you said you wanted to do, but now you mad because somebody else did more. If you want more, say you want more. And whatever he tell you to do, go do it.